I absolutely have no feeling about China. That's why my father said to me, you should take it as your home. You should be so polite and courteous. It's your home, and do whatever you like.
Having decided to stay, Ai Weiwei set up a studio in Beijing. Fascinated by China's pre-revolutionary history, its cultural traditions and craft skills, he found ways to incorporate these into his work.
I went to antique market because I want really to touch those objects. So it takes me about 6 years to really study every aspect. How history has moved through the shapes and the technology and the craftsmanships.
He likes to take iconic objects, objects that in some ways are deeply valued by Chinese people, either for kind of cultural reasons or for just simple practical reasons. And then he'll obviously treat it with a kind of flamboyant disregard for its value.
This series of works come from late 90s. I started to reconstruct of the classic furniture, so-called Ming-style furnitures. But the most unique quality is it's all constructed without nails.
He would cut the four-legged table in half, and he would put 2 legs on the wall and 2 legs on the ground, and he'd had craftsmen put the table back together again as though it were made in the Ming Dynasty. So it was beautiful. Is this decorative art? Is this conceptual art? Is this kitsch? What is this?
In the period of Cultural Revolution, we would destroy everything. If we really destroy something, you have to really know and understand that. So make the whole act become very graceful. And so the original and the new thing can coexist in the new body. So that creates some kind of tension and power.
When Ai Weiwei dropped a hand vase, it's the idea of the breaking of a vessel, as if the vessel embodies and contains history. There'd been the Cultural Revolution, lots and lots of old things which would seem to have value were destroyed, and following it, China went through this enormous change of, industrialization.
By dropping the urn in 1995, Ai Weiwei was essentially creating a cenotaph, a tomb of a sort of unknown soldier. He was dropping one urn to draw attention to the many others that were being destroyed around him every day. You have this urn coated in this industrial paint. The forms of the original object still exist but are obscured. And this sort of ghost covering seems out of place but is the reality. And I think that's exactly how he sees the state in which he lives.
The new millennium was a turning point for contemporary art in China. Shanghai held an international biennale for the first time, and alongside it were several fringe events, including a show curated by Ai Weiwei and Feng Boyi. The exhibition's Chinese title can be translated as uncooperative attitude, but the English name given was simply fuck off.
就是改革开放开始之后，就社会属于一种社会转型期间。那么这个社会转型期间呢，就带来了很大的一个变化。这种变化除了这个物质形态的，包括精神层面的，还有心理层面的。那么这种的变化呢，它会在这个过程当中会有，就是有很多问题嘛。
this man just burned his personal identity code on his back. A lot of quite extreme activities.
完了，最比较刺激的就是有一个艺术家叫朱玉，就是他的一个作品是一个行为，就是吃一个死的婴儿。其中比如说像杨志超的，就是他在肩膀上种草，所以这个不合作方式呢，针对性非常明确，包括他的作品的一些比较暴力、比较血腥、比较挑战。所以呢，当时不合作方式，那么起码奠定了一个观点吧，那就是说我跟谁我也不合作。所以，因为艺术之所以，比如说这个是一个比较特殊的这么一个门类吧，那它我觉得最主要的就是强调自由嘛。
The games are awarded to the city of Beijing.
It was ironic that an artist so closely associated with the avant-garde should find himself involved with a spectacular project at the heart of the Chinese establishment. The Bird's Nest Olympic Stadium, designed by Ai Weiwei in collaboration with Swiss architects Herzog and de Meuron, was the centerpiece of the Games. It was a culmination of another strand of Ai Weiwei's work as an architect. For although he has no formal training, he's designed many buildings.
He at a certain moment discovered architecture, and I think his connection to architecture is very fascinating, because today he is one of the leading architects in China. He's part of architecture biennales, he's part of architecture exhibitions. So the architecture and design world have very much embraced him, both in China but also wider in Asia.
Is there something different about his work which characterizes it because he doesn't have a formal architectural training?
Simple, but it's very subtle. I think spatially it's extremely interesting, not just in the way that the internal spaces work, but also the way the outside spaces are unpredictable and have some of the tightness, the compression of parts of China, almost like some of the urban spaces in microcosm. Yes, very personal and very human. The way, for example, that he uses brick and creates extraordinary patterns. He has a very distinctive style.
But having played a crucial role in designing the Bird's Nest Stadium, Ai Weiwei distanced himself from the project, criticizing the use of the Olympics by the Chinese government as propaganda.
He uses the publicity he gets in a very knowing way, and he uses exhibitions and projects like the Bird's Nest Stadium as a platform to be visible and to be able, if you like, to turn them against themselves. And that's extremely interesting and a very sophisticated way of being an artist.
He has loyalty, ultimately, only to himself. I mean, to his project. And that's not a criticism. What I'm saying is that he operates without fear or favor, and he is basically interested in producing art. He's made money. He's lost money. He basically takes his own money and pours it back into his studio. I don't think he's an especially good businessman. He is, in all these various ways, kind of uninterested in the broader experience of being an artist beyond what it actually means to make art.
Do you believe that art can communicate and engage with ordinary people as well as using ordinary people's experience? Are you a believer in connecting with lots of people?
Yes, I think that only when art has the connecting to our ordinary feelings or ordinary common sense, it becomes most powerful.